And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Of course, it is a new week of March shows, and next week that means it crept up on us quick. CRS Country Radio Seminar there at the Omni Hotel. A great slate of interviews scheduled. I'm still adding to it, subtracting from it, adding to it. And the cool thing is, every time you get a subtraction, you get an addition added in there too as well. Some we're going to do at the Omni Hotel there in the media room. And then, of course, some will do offsite there. Country Radio Seminar presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey, our friends at Honky Tonk Texas, and, of course, Gentle Ben Spirits. We're live on the YouTube channel and, of course, at the website that you guys have come to know, and I guess I like it. I guess people totally like it. The sportsguyspodcast.com, and when we're not in season doing sports coverage, we get to music. This is what we do here on the Backstage Pass. And pleased to welcome in, as I guess the slogan is, love breaks all the rules. I guess that's the way they proclaimed it there, their latest single. The Hobbs Sisters back here on the show for the first time in a while. What's going on?
Hey, we're so glad to be here. Time does fly though, because it feels like it's been, just a month or two, but it's been a minute since we've been on. So thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. Like I said, so we talked about the Turn It Up album, which I was listening to today, just kind of reminisced a little bit. And I got a chance to recover from we did this Houston rodeo thing this weekend, and I was like, went to see the Zach Brown play last night. I got back at like 11 o'clock, so people asked me why my voice is a little bit raspy. I was singing all night or trying to to do that. But it was the rodeo, and I had my little one hanging all over me, and she's like her first rodeo. She's turning 3 here in a few weeks, so she got to see all the livestock and
she loved it.
Yeah, she was a hoot, man, no doubt. I got her to look the cowgirl hat, and she had the whole.
There you go. Got to look the part.
She did. Yeah, she did. So we're here for a brand new week of shows, and of course, excited to have you guys. Let's start with the single right there because I do want to get updated. We'll talk about the album and kind of build on that a little bit. But Love Breaks All the Rules. First of all, I thought the harmonies were fantastic. I thought the production of it in the studio, from what I could gather, of course, listening to it when I stream, was put very well together. Talk about the idea behind it, the writing, and of course, who you guys got to work with on this project.
Absolutely. So the title was actually one that I had just on my list. We were getting together that day with our producer, Forrest Whitehead, and one of our wonderful friends, Kelly McKay, who we write with all the time. And I read on the back of a book I was reading on a flight the weekend before, and it said something along the lines of love doesn't follow the rules, or love likes to break the rules. And I just thought that idea was really cool. So I brought it to the session, and Forrest had his guitar and just kind of got a groove going for us. And it was one of those that we kind of knocked out there in about an hour or two. And it just came together really fast. And we kind of instantly knew it was one that we probably wanted to put out as a single.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it really fits you guys very well too. And I know in the studio, talk about just the recording side of it too. Was it kind of just that one take, and it came out very easy from the both of you, or was there several different kind of works on it, some things you guys wanted to do production side? Because it just really had a good feel, the production side too.
Thank you. That we recorded a very rough work tape demo that day in the studio. That's how we work pretty frequently with Forrest. Is he'll lay down a really basic drum loop and maybe an acoustic guitar thing or two, and we'll just get a rough vocal track, and then from there he really kind of builds the track out, and we play with a lot of different things. And he was really trying to chase down that feeling of a little bit dangerous, a little bit thrilling, kind of trying to let the production mimic a lot of what the words were saying. And we went in one afternoon, knocked out the vocals, and it's become a favorite of ours to perform live too. So that was definitely one of the ways we knew it was one that we wanted to put out.
Speaking of performing live, you guys are going to be involved. I'm going to go ahead and plug it here at the top because, it's my show and I can do that. Country Radio Seminar coming up there next week in Nashville, the 13th to 15th. And you guys are going to be at Bar Lines on the 15th, just after the kind of the lunch hour. So people need to come down there. I'm going to be there. So people can come in, get a beer with us, have a good time, get some type of the food is fantastic in there. I ate there 4 times.
It's so great, isn't it? It's delicious food. So good vibes, good food, great music.
So talk about, excited as you guys want to say one of the first CRS dates you have, performances, Bar Lines. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's one of the first things we've done with CRS. And so we're really excited about that. We're going to do us and our band. It'll be about a 30-minute set. We're going to do a lot of new music, the singles that we put out last year. And
it's artists presented through
Pickle Jar. We love them over there. And so they're putting on shows in Bar Lines all week long through CRS. So we're really excited to be a part of that and just it's fun to get a chance to perform with our full band in Nashville. We don't get the chance to do that very often, so we're very excited. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, speaking of one of those signals, I'm going to get to Nathan's question here a little bit in the margin there. If you got a question for the sisters, feel free to leave it in the margin there. We'll get to as many as we can here in the next 20 minutes or so. One of those I'll look forward to hearing, If You Wanted To, which came out there last year as a single from you guys too at the same time. Let's talk about the arrangement there, a little bit of the backstory of that one.
Yeah. So that was a fun one.
We started working with Forrest Whitehead as our producer, kind of the end of 2021, and at the beginning of 2022, we were just starting to get together to work on producing a whole project that was produced by him. And that was one of the first sessions the three of us were writing together. And I was dating at the time, just kind of going through a lot of different relationship things, and just had a bunch of notes in my phone just about my experiences and friends' experiences. And Forrest was asking sort of what was going on in our lives. And I just sort of threw a bunch of these ideas at him as I was updating him on where I was at. And he was like, I really think that there's a song there. And so that one was just the three of us. And
it was one of those days where I think we may have been originally, like, we were coming in to like clean up a demo of something else. But as we started talking and Hannah was sort of throwing out all these fun ideas, Forrest was like, hey, this sounds like a song. Like, let's just dive in and, let's see if we can chase down this idea. And it just became this really fun kind of, I feel like the production, again, kind of mimicked the sort of like fun edge that came out through the lyrics and the hook of that song. And so it was a really fun one for us to produce. And the first one that we've put out with Forrest as the producer. And I think it really kind of captured this sort of fresh, energetic sound that we're trying to chase.
I know it's one of my favorites to do live with our whole band. We played it in a lot of our sets that we did last summer on the road. And it was just so much fun. And it seems like people enjoyed hearing that one as well.
Well, if I have anything, I love the Pickle Jar too. Great folks over there too. So looking forward to hearing that one added to the set list there next week. Again, the 15th, just after they shut the doors there at 12 and they throw me out, I guess, at the same time. We'll pack everything up. We'll get down to bar lines. And, of course, I may have like a bag with me or something. But we're going to be in there supporting the Hobbs Sisters there at CRS 2023 at the Omni Hotel, right down just from the Country Music Hall of Fame. So looking forward to that here on the backstage pass. And if 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I'll be there. Looking forward to it. I always keep my promises and be able to do that too as well.
And, we appreciate it.
Of course, we don't know what the rest of the night's going to bring. I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Who knows?
You never know. There's so much going on that week that it's just kind of, you take it 1 hour at a time and you end up.
And it goes. So we're going to put out about 50, 55 shows that particular week by the time Friday comes around too, including some we're doing offsite, not just through the media room there at CRS too. Nathan, let me get to your question. I know the ladies want to perform the latest single for us here on the show, and from Wisconsin. Okay, a long-time follower, these amazing sisters. All right, I'll put it up there. Your idol, who would you like to sing a song with? I like that. Good question.
That's a great question. Oh, gosh, there's
a hard one.
I feel like there's so many. I know for me, one of the albums that I remember just listening to start to finish as a kid was Shania Twain, Come On Over. So I think for me, Shania Twain would be top of the list of someone I'd love to just meet to begin with, but to work with would be a dream come true.
I would probably jump on that as well, but maybe if I had to pick a different one, Dolly Parton. I feel like she's just the queen of everything. And so I think I would pass out if I ever actually met Dolly Parton in person. But if we ever got to do a song with her, I don't know if I could make it, but I would try my best because that would be incredible.
I like that too. Well, I tell you, Love Breaks All the Rules. It sure does. That's the title of that song. Make sure you guys go check it out across all the digital platforms if you've not already. And I'm sure that's going to be on the set list there coming up at Pickle Jar's Country Radio.
It sure will.
Next week on Wednesday when they are performing from that beautiful, beautiful restaurant. Food is good. Drinks are good. And I know Kirsty and I and CJ will be hungry time we get in that particular day. We're going to spend our time with you guys. I can promise you that on there, of course, CRS covers there. We got probably 50 shows for you guys. G. Shepard, Kelly Lang, McBride, of course, Ty Herndon is going to be us there from CRS.
Awesome.
23. We'll take time out. Let the ladies get those vocals warmed up. I have no vocals hardly left because of trying to sing last night there at the Houston Rodeo. Again, Jason Aldean is there tonight in Houston. There was 72,400 plus there last night at the Houston Rodeo to see one of the all-time greats and Zach Brown. Also, I don't know if you guys ladies know, but I knew this a while back. Miss Caroline Jones had joined the Zach Brown. She played a little bit of the guitar and did some harmonies last night.
Awesome.
So that, again, the power of this female movement, I love it. So
We'd love to see
had
it.
to talk about that too.
She's
I love you
great.
guys are part of this, and you guys are taking over. So, like I said, reign hard, reign big is what I can say here on
Ain't
the
that
We're
the truth?
on the show here. We'll let the ladies go back. Keep you no doubt you will. They'll come back and perform the latest single, "Love Breaks All the." And of course, we'll take a time out there for CRS, Bangtail Whiskey, and our friends over at Gentle Ben Spirits. Hang tight, more with the Hobbs Sisters on the Backstage Pass. Stay tuned.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And a week from the day, starting in the morning, CRS 2023, live on the YouTube channel, everywhere. Like I said, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're going to be all over it there. CRS 2023, presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey, Gentle Ben Spirits, and, of course, our friends at Honky Tonk Texas. Huge slew of interviews. McBride and the Ride, and Ryan Griffin, Travis Denning, Buddy Jewell, T.G. Shepard. The Hobbs Sisters are going to be a part of this. We're going to be out there supporting them at Bar Lines out there. T. Graham Brown, Brady Seals, and a whole lot more here at 2023 Country Radio Seminar. I'll turn it over to you guys. It's going to be fun. I love this song. It's unique, and it really brings out the harmonies from the ladies. Love Breaks All the Rules. It's all yours.
Thank you.
Steal me away with those reckless eyes. Kill me with that kiss that's your sweetest cry. We don't worry much, caught up in this rush. I double dare you to look my way. We'll be running through the red lights like blue lights, flashing right behind. You'll be fences, sending, didn't see the sign. Staying up too late, baby, should I stay? I wanna hear you say the things you know we shouldn't do. Love breaks all the rules. Love breaks all the rules. Baby, we keep blurring the lines we've been. Baby, we should think of the consequence. But we don't worry much, kind of in this rush. No one makes me feel this way, like running through the red all the rules. Love breaks all the rules. We're running through the red lights and blue eyes, flashing in by, jumping fences, pretending we didn't see the sign. Staying up too late, baby, should I stay? Wanna hear you say the things you know we should do. 'Cause love breaks all the rules. Love breaks all the rules. That's just what we do. Breaking all the rules.
Love does break all the rules, no doubt. Here on the Backstage Pass, the Hobbs Sisters joining us here on the show, presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Our friends, of course, at Honky Tonk Texas, and Gentle Ben Spirits, the vodka, the gin, and the bourbon. Fantastic. GentleBen.com. You can also check out EasyLiquor.com and also Bangtail.com. And, of course, our friends at HonkyTonkTexas.us out there, too, as we're just a little over a week away from beginning our coverage there at CRS 2023, too. Hey, I want to go back before we do our next break, and I'm feeling good today, just in a good mood because it is Monday, and that's vacation for me next week. I get to work on vacation in Nashville. That's a hard job, but somebody has to do it here on the show. Let's recap this because, like I said, it's been a while since we had chatted. The album Turn It Up really did well for you guys, and I thought that was a good way to start it with the title track to really set the tone for the album. Mistakes Like You were on there too at the same time. I thought that was another fantastic song. The whole album was great. I mean, I put it on a playlist and really got behind it here on the show. And I think we give a little album review, which I like to do from time to time here. Recap that for us. Give us some highlights. Talk about just the music, the selection, the recording, the writing, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, it was a really fun one for us, and it kind of, like I'm sure for a lot of people, off the heels of 2020, we had been, I think, on track to wanting to do an EP. So we had sort of had 5 songs slotted for that and put out a single or 2, but then obviously, 2020 took a turn that none of us expected, and I think one upside for us was just so much additional time to write, more than we've probably had in the last several years. And so it really gave us time to dive in, and all of a sudden we felt like we had this broader scope of songs that really fit together in a package that kind of captured where we felt like we were at that point in time. And it was just really fun. It was our first full-length album, and it was just so great to kind of watch something go from start to finish and put out 10 full songs that we were really proud of and just really felt like captured our sound.
Let's highlight that one, Mistakes Like You. Let's talk a little backstory of that one too. I thought that had a really good feel to it. Again, y'all, I'll say it to the cows come home too. Like I said, I'm a country boy at heart, no doubt. But again, the harmonies y'all have are fantastic. It's hard to find a duo out there that has just beautiful, beautiful harmonies the way you two really put together and synchronize on a record. That's the word I'm looking for. Synchronize there and just sound great on a record too. The harmonies with it and the harmonies with that particular song, Mistakes Like You.
We that was a favorite of ours. We wrote it back over Zoom in 2020 with 2 good friends of ours, Nell Maynard and Hara Lynn. And I forget where we got the title from, but we were kind of in the mood. We were sort of missing that being out and playing shows with our band. And so we really wanted something that would be high energy and a lot of fun, and just something that we could envision when we got back out on the road, just singing, having people sing it back to us. And that one, we wrote that one pretty quick, and we knew right away that it was a favorite because it did have a lot of space for that harmony and just sort of that sing song you feel with that hook that just got stuck in your head. And so that one was a favorite of ours. I think when we went to sort of pare down and pick ones for the final 10 on the record, I think we all kind of had that one slated as a favorite for sure.
Yeah, there's another one that stood out to me on that record too that I want to highlight here a little bit. What If It Was? I thought that was a really title tongue twister there if you say that 10 times fast.
It is very hard to say it back.
It's hard to say that too, no doubt. I'll get to some of the questions that are coming in. Great. Appreciate you guys. Great audience today too. We'll get to some of the questions here a little bit. But that particular song, let's highlight that one a little bit.
Yeah, What If It Was? We wrote with our good friend Sean Swenson, and I think it was one of the first couple of sessions that we've written together. And Sean is amazing at lyrics and melody. He's one of our favorite people to work with, and he came in with sort of the start of that chorus, and I think everyone can sort of remember a relationship that sort of, you kind of can't help but question, what would have happened if we had done things differently? If this had had a different ending, would we still be together? And so I know that's one that we've had a lot of people relate to, because I think it is just a topic that a lot of people have experienced at one point and another as you're navigating through relationships over time. And so that was one that I particularly love the lyrics of that song.
And that was one that was an advantage of having what would have been an EP and then expanding it to an album. We wrote it right before we were cutting what was originally a 5-song EP. So we loved that one, but we had already gone to the studio, so it wasn't able to be on the project. And so when we decided to expand and do a full record, that was one that we were so excited to get a chance to go back and record and put on, because we'd been playing it live on our Facebook live streams during 2020, and just was one that we knew we wanted to put on there if we had the spot for it.
I love it. It's a great song. And I love another one I'll bring up here after the break here in a second is Starting Fires. I can't wait to talk about and dig into that one a little bit too. That came out there in 2021 too. Kelsey, I'm going to put you on the screen. I know you've been contacting me all day. She's been blowing me up too. She says she follows you guys, Superior fan, which is cool out there. I love the fans that do it. She's the best. Love their, Talk to Us Tuesdays. I've seen that. Maybe run out of, okay, there you go. Example. I love that. Okay, good question.
Let's see, do you have a favorite? Well, Martina McBride's definitely a favorite of ours. Gosh, there's so many good ones to pick from. I love Independence Day. I think everybody loves that one. It's one of those songs I feel like when we were learning how to sing, we would try to sing that song because it's so hard. No one can sing it like Martina.
Speaking of trying to sing like Martina, I think my favorite would be Broken Wing.
Great one.
And we would always try to hold that really long note at the very last chorus that feels like it goes on forever. I remember listening to that album growing up and trying to see if we could hold that note as long as Martina did. We could not. She's the queen.
You guys are better off than me, no doubt. I'm not holding a note there too. Try to sing, and I host this show. Do not sing. I tell people that's a good thing. I'll keep those two things separate here. I tell you what, y'all want to sing one more? Let's do that.
Yeah,
I'm feeling good on Monday. Okay, let's do that. Take a quick time out. Our final one of the show today, and of course we'll talk Starting Fires and a whole lot more here on the Backstage Passing, and presented by our friends at Bangtail Whiskey, our friends over there in Honky Tonk, Texas, and Gentle Ben Spirits. Check out our sponsors' websites at the bottom of the screen, all presenting sponsors, and they got us to, I got to throw a bit out there too, one of my buddies from Boot Barn, I got to throw it out there because they're going to make us look good now for this big deal called CRS2. So we did a little shopping over the weekend and even at the rodeo yesterday. So thank you, Boot Barn, for making us look good out there too to be at CRS 2023. We'll take a quick time out here on the Backstage Pass, more with the Hobbs Sisters, and you guys can check them out. The latest single out there, Love Breaks All the Rules. Coming right back with more and a little bit of rapid fire. And I believe one of you just got married. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did.
Right. So we're going to talk about that too here on the show. We did a little homework, and I know I told somebody I was going to ask that particular question here too as well. We'll see you guys in a little bit after the break. Here it is, the Backstage Pass, again, powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com. More to come. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. the show again. It is the Backstage Passer with the Hobbs Sisters. They're going to be there at CRS 2023, March 15th at Pickle Jar presents the great concert series out there. A lot of great artists. And Eric Burgett's going to be out there and so many other great others. I think Kirsty may be playing out there too at Bar Lines in Nashville, Tennessee at the Omni Hotel. We'll be out there on that Wednesday after we're finished, I guess, flapping our gums there in the media room. We'll come out there and have some beers, brunch, all that good stuff, burgers, and watch the Hobbs Sisters play there March 15th inside the Omni Hotel. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do that night. I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I'm going to go to the Grand Ole Opry and just watch it that night. Just I have to see it. So
yeah, I tell you what, it's like a must do if you haven't. It's such an amazing experience every time.
Yeah, because we never know if we get back year and years. You know, these kind of things, they take money, just like making records and making music.
Absolutely.
Takes money.
Right.
So
you gotta milk it for what it's worth when you're here.
yeah, it is when you do. So we're going to get there this year. The money we have and the sponsors and things like that who got us there, we're going to enjoy ourselves and appreciate the guys, Bangtail Whiskey, Gentle Ben Spirits, and our friends over at Honky Tonk Texas for making it possible. So what's up next? And I'm assuming this is going to be on the set list next Wednesday, right?
It will. And actually, speaking of Lauren's wedding, we actually last year with two of our good friends wrote a song about her wedding. So we're actually going to do that one for you.
All right, here we go.
One knee, one ring, yeah, changes everything. Two hearts, rest of our lives. Mama told me it ain't gonna be easy, but I can't wait to try. Good and bad, I'm all in for all that. You're gonna wake up on the couch after we fight too dirty. You're gonna get good storming out. I know we don't need to worry, 'cause we've got something the world can't break. No matter how hard it's trying, nothing's harder than a diamond. I've got full faith, whatever comes our way, we'll take it in stride. I know you, I know me, we don't go down easily. Think that we'll be alright. You're gonna wake up on the couch after we fight too dirty. You're gonna get good storming out. I know we don't need to worry, 'cause we've got something the world can't break. No matter how hard it's trying, nothing's harder than a diamond. Through whatever, under pressure, till forever, nothing's harder than through whatever, under pressure, till forever, nothing's harder than a diamond. You're gonna wake up on the couch after we fight too dirty. You're gonna get good storming out. I know we don't need to worry, 'cause we've got something the world can't break. No matter how hard it's trying, nothing's harder than a diamond. Through whatever, under pressure, till forever, nothing's harder than through whatever, under pressure, till forever, nothing's harder than a diamond.
I can't wait for that show. March 15th, Bar Lines. We're going to have a good time there. And yeah, they can. I'm just going to sit at my table. I'm not going to move. I'm just going to watch them from the stage, and we'll sit right by it too. I may get the phone out and broadcast live through the page, watch them sing, do the whole thing, and all good stuff. But so much we love the music here on the Backstage Pass. Kelsey's already answered one of my rapid fire questions, so she took the words right out of my mouth. So we'll get to that here just a little bit here on the Backstage Pass. You can CRS 2023, exciting times there. And I saw it was going to be a little bit of cold. There's a cold front coming in.
Is it? I haven't even looked.
I'm like,
but
oh,
it's
man.
so beautiful here
It's
this
unfortunate
week.
because it was gorgeous all weekend.
Oh,
It's
it's like
super
almost
nice today.
70. That is
Maybe you guys will
Yeah.
just bring some good weather.
I need
vibes.
to bring from Texas. I need to bring the warmer weather there with me. So
That's what we're
Please
talking
do,
about.
because we're ready for spring here in Nashville. We're done with the
I
cold now.
my equipment. I didn't want to pack a bunch of layers, but now I'm gonna have to pack layers of clothes and maybe a jacket because it is going to be a little bit cool there. Just seems like every year we had, especially last year and this year, the cooler weather prevails all the time too. That's been the theme over the last few years. All right, Kelsey, for that rapid fire question, you did answer. I was going to ask about the foods, what were they getting into, but apparently I know she gets into all the things you guys do. That's a true fan right there. So I know what the Hobbs
She is.
love to eat. And Lauren, that's why Lauren and I, we talked about pizza last time being my favorite food. Hannah, of course. Well, I love both of those. Who could not?
Pizza and soft pretzels.
Anything you can find at a county fair, because we
Yeah.
play a lot of them all summer. Like we're big on the fair food.
Well
That's
versed in
our favorite.
the realm of fair food.
Yeah, with the rodeo last night, my 3-year-old, or soon to be 3-year-old, she thinks she wants ice cream. Marble slabs over there. We go inside the expo center, come around the whole thing, and I'm like, I'm not paying no $9. It was $9 for a scoop of ice cream in a cup.
Wow.
$9.
Crazy.
I don't really. I get it. Again, I just will pay what we pay. Bottom line, it's cool. The biggest thing was out there too. At the same time, was went around there. We ordered the ice cream. I guess have a little technical difficulties. There they are. They're back with us.
Yeah, like it went black for a second, but we
Black
came
for a
back.
second. No, she orders ice cream and says what she wants. She doesn't see the M&Ms, and Marble Slab does all the toppings and all the little sprinkles and candy to put in there. So
Good
we get
stuff.
the ice cream, and I'm not kidding you. We talked about a scoop in a cup. They went like way over the top and like just built this little mountain up top too.
The only
And
way
so-
to do it.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, okay, Daddy doesn't. I don't eat a lot of sweets. I don't eat a lot of this stuff and more protein, fish, chicken, beef, stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not eating a bite of it because that's hers. And so they give it to
That's
her,
right.
and like it outweighs both of her hands combined. And like
Had
she's
her work cut out for her.
work cut out for her. So I try to give her a bite of it. She shakes her head no. She points to M&Ms. I just went. So Daddy ended up eating the whole chocolate ice cream because it was that was.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. But she did want her she's on this carb kick now. This bread, I don't know what's going on. This growth spurt, whatever they're doing now. But she wanted like a hot dog last night, but she normally eats nachos, and then she's
I'm
drinking.
a nacho girl for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and I know food's high at any carnival rodeo, which I respect that too, because everybody's got there's so many great volunteers that make those events happen, and everybody has to make a little bit cut off of that too, and also to pay the bands and all the managers and travel things like that, which is great. But I had some food come out a little bit cold. It wasn't too crazy about that too when it came to concession stands, but we ate it. We had a good time, and I always tell people too, like I said, go to the carnivals, pig out. The food thing
Always.
That's the point.
that's the point. We didn't do rides this year, so I told her next year we would definitely do some rides out there. They're back with us. There we go.
We're
That
back.
black
Yeah,
screen
no,
keeps coming up.
Must be our
What's
Wi-Fi.
going on? Yeah.
But Houdini keeps coming. It's like poof, poof. There it goes. All right, let's do this one too. Well, I tell you what, there's Nathan. He wants to host this show now. Great. Nathan's the newest Backstage Pass host here. Now, I love this. Great question here because I was going to ask you any tours? I like that.
Yeah,
Great question.
yeah, we're working on a bunch of dates for the summer. We've already got some lined up and getting more lined up every day. So we're really going to be trying to be all over all summer long. So we'll be sharing that as the
Next couple months.
next couple of months here as we get it all finalized. We're really excited about that.
Looking forward to that too as well. All right, I'll do one here last for each of you. Favorite shows to binge watch. I know what I'm getting into right now. What are you ladies getting into?
Gosh, my husband and I are really late to this train, but we just started watching Yellowstone. And like again, we're very behind because it's been out for a while now. But yeah, we are already on like the end of season 3, almost season 4, and we did not start that long ago. So yeah, we've been really putting a dent on that one.
I'm also late to the game, but my boyfriend and I just started watching Ozark. I had never seen it.
Yes.
Everyone so many people had been telling me to watch it.
I have been telling
Lauren
you
and
to
her
watch it.
husband loved it. And
So
so
good.
I'm hooked, like almost through season 1. We just started and like it's so good.
So good.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, it gets you hooked. And like I said, it ended, it kind of, did its thing, and it always end on cliffhangers. But for people that haven't seen it out there and you love that crime kind of murder mystery kind of feel to it with some great acting and
Oh,
You know what
I
it
wasn't
was?
sure I'd like
Yeah.
it, but I'm like so into it. I'm ready to like burn through the whole next season.
I always tell people too. And then another one of my favorites is they're coming back to, I think ended this year, season 6 of it now, is that the remake of the Karate Kid, Cobra Kai. It
Yeah,
was out there
I
too,
know.
which I thought was,
I know
really
so
good.
many people who love
I
that.
loved it.
Love that one.
and I'm ready for Martin Cove series to season 6. If this is it, then go out with a bang because they've not disappointed on any of the series they put out there. Yeah, Nathan says, "Yep, Ozark, amazing." Yeah, if you haven't seen it, man, y'all make sure you go check it out. It's one of those. It's kind of like Breaking Bad. You're going to watch it at least 2 or 3 times, or Better Call Saul.
I weirdly haven't seen either one, but again, like another one that friends have told me like to watch it. So maybe that'll be next on the list. Maybe we should watch that one.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. And then I'll recommend one for you ladies here. The one that Bryan Cranston, who was in Breaking Bad, is just a terrific actor in whatever he does. Seems like whatever he touches turns to gold. It's a Showtime series now, and it's called Your Honor. And it's
okay, really I feel like good. Someone was just telling me about that.
To try that.
He really makes it come alive, his character and everything there. There's another one I was getting into. It's HBO's hottest now, The Last of Us.
That's my gosh.
So Lauren, you're in
I watch it every Sunday. It's been a while since I've watched a show, as it comes out in real time. I feel like I'm so used to, having several seasons at my disposal. But I can't believe, is next week the last episode this season? Because
is it? That's news to me. Okay, well, I
know it's supposed to end at the season 1 ends sometime in March, which is it's so good. We watch it every Sunday night.
I wish they like the first 2 seasons would have been great, kind of like Your Honor. They just put 2 seasons out there and keep it.
I wish they had. It's so good.
We're gonna have so much fun in Nashville. I'm gonna have so much fun talking to you guys. I always love it when you're on the show. Yeah, Nathan, I've seen it. Outer Banks, another good one. There's just so many good ones out there. Outer Banks was another one.
Yeah,
I feel like my list is so long of all the things. I was like, if I should never say I have nothing to watch because I feel like
to choose from.
There's so many things I haven't seen somehow.
I love that too. Back here, Chris. Yeah, I've not seen this, but great. Saw the previews of it, which were really good. She was talking about Creed 3, the new Michael B. Jordan movie, which again, the previews, I want to say last Friday that came out. Have y'all seen that?
Have not.
It's another one to add to the list.
It's another one. There's too many of them. And like tonight, I still got to catch up on the series of American Idol and a whole bunch of other stuff that I missed last night because I was gone all day. See, it's just they're never ending when it comes to good television watching out there too at the same time. Yeah, Chris, I guess another question I can't answer. I love you guys taking over as host day. This is awesome. I get to rest my voice. Perfect here. Virginia Beach, Virginia. Always a beautiful area up there.
That would be awesome. We've never performed in Virginia Beach, so hopefully we can make that happen this year. That would be awesome.
I'm ready for it too as well. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing you ladies there again next week, March 15th. Pickle Jar presents them at Bar Lines there in Nashville for CRS 2023. All right, I'll have fun with this one. Let's say one of you ladies won the lottery, Mega Millions, Powerball.
I wish.
And it was all 6 numbers matched, and I'm sure we're going to spread this wealth here. What's the first thing you do with the money, I guess, for each other, for family, for friends?
Wow.
That's a great question.
That's a really great question. You go first.
Oh, okay.
I think something in mind.
I don't know. Just probably bring our whole family down here to be in Nashville, right with us, so we're all right by each other.
That'd be great. Just a giant neighborhood of the Hobbs Sisters family.
I love that because our parents are still in Pittsburgh, and so when our other sister live in Nashville, and so the dream someday is to have everybody all in the same place and be close to each other. So that would be a dream come true for sure. And probably and maybe travel too as a family.
Yeah, I think travel would be something I would do for sure because I think that's something I haven't gotten to do a whole lot of, and I think that would be amazing.
That's one thing I love to do. That's where I spend the most of. But you know what? You only live once, and you might as well enjoy the travel. Absolutely. I love Nashville, and then I'm going west after Nashville's week, taking another week off to go out to Arizona, spend a little time on the West Coast out there, enjoy.
That'd be awesome.
I love travel. So fun.
It's just beautiful area out there too as well. All right, we'll finish on this one, and of course we'll recap next week there at Bar Lines. I'm sure we're gonna actually, the cool thing is I get to have my phone and I get to have all my social stuff. As soon as you're finished with the performance, if y'all would like to step off stage, we'll go live again. We'll do this, recap the performance next week.
Let's do it. Great. We're in for sure. I'm
game for that. All right, I'll start with this one with you, Hannah. Let's do this one. When it comes to the first song, the title of the first song you ever wrote, or if you don't remember the title, what was the song about, then I'm coming to you, Lauren, for that same question.
Do you remember? Because I do, I think.
Do you remember? No, you go ahead.
I think it was called Gone. The first song we ever wrote.
I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure it was called Gone. I don't really remember how it goes or much of what it was about, but I'm almost positive that was it. I think you're right.
That's a good answer because some people are like, wait a minute, that's a tough question, or we can tell you a little bit about the song, or we just don't know in particular, or it was so bad we never want to produce it or
Honestly,
put it out or
the
release
reason
it.
why I don't remember much more
Yeah.
than the title because I don't think it was very good.
It was definitely not very good. That much I can tell you.
It was not good. Well, I can tell you what is good, the music we've talked about today and then some. And of course, CRS next week, Country Radio Seminar at the Omni, 13 to 15, 16, 17. Just make it the whole week if you're planning on being up there like I am. Get to Bar Lines, get to the Opry, have a lot of fun. Catch the ladies at Bar Lines March 15th. Spend lunch with them there, presented by Pickle Jar. And of course, we'll be there doing some broadcast live once we step out of the media room, come down the escalators, take a left, go down past the lobby, and it'll be right there before you get to the Country Music Hall of Fame. If you smell the food, you know you're going in the right direction
You're in the
there
right place. Right.
for Bar Lines, which I would enjoy a burger and God knows what else. The hot chicken was actually pretty good there last year. I didn't
I
make it
believe
to.
it.
Gotta get some of that while you're in Nashville.
Yeah, I'm going to Hattie B's this time.
There you go.
That's a don't
I'm-
miss.
That is a don't miss. That's on the bucket list, and of course the Opry there. I know Randall King will be out there playing with a whole bunch of Cassie Ashton and Blanco Brown, a whole bunch of great artists there. March
Oh, that'll be great.
15th, and I got to take it in out there too as well. What you guys need to take in is my information here at thehobbsisters.com, and Love Breaks all the rules out there across all the digital platforms. And we'll see you guys next week at CRS. Hannah, Lauren, thanks so much for being great fans of the show. Looking forward to seeing you guys. And first drink's on me, and we get to have a little fun next week. How's that?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for having us. We so
Always-
appreciate it.
Always great to see you.
Got it. The Hobbs Sisters here on the Backstage Pass tomorrow. Ella Langley coming out from the Opry, fresh off of just, I believe, a week ago. She had her Grand Ole Opry debut. She'll be joining us here. And, of course, blast from the past this week, Jason Michael Carroll. I remember him from the past, Alyssa Lies. Big song for Jason. He's got a new single out called Pass It On Around. We're going to do that with him coming up this week on Thursday, Friday. No shows. We pack and get ready for Nashville, Tennessee. Again, our thanks to Bangtail Whiskey, our friends at Gentle Ben Spirits, and our friends over at Honky Tonk, Texas. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow about 4:30 with Ella Langley here on the Backstage Pass. Until then, have a great night.